What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Bull Combo. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we're going to be doing a rundown and overview of Decentraland. I've had a lot of people ask me about Decentraland, specifically how it works, and if I could do an overview or a video kind of talking about it a little bit more in depth. That's what I intend to do here. So before we get started, guys, if you guys like blockchain or metaverse style conversations, if you like blockchain gaming or NFT style videos, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Do a lot of that style content here, guys. I just want to make sure you guys see that content, and if you guys really like this video, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button. It really does not only help support the channel, but it also helps push this video to people that will want to see it. So I appreciate that support. So you've seen me talk about the platform before, whether it be virtual music festivals, virtual shopping malls, or virtual law firms. Decentraland has been a pretty interesting topic as of late. And after having a few people ask me if I would be willing to do an overview video talking about the platform, thought it might be a good idea to do just that, not only for them, but for myself, to make sure that I was properly educated on the full capabilities of the platform, how it works, the business model, etc. So keep in mind, guys, this is going to be a pretty high-level overview of Decentraland. I'm not going to go into any of the nuanced things. I'm not really going to break down the potential of the mana token or things like that. I think those things are things that could be done by either other content creators, or maybe that can be reserved for a later video. But if you're looking for a high-level overview of Decentraland, how it functions, how it compares to some of the existing virtual land platforms out there, and how it differs from them, then this is probably the right video for you. So I think the first thing we should probably do is summarize what the Decentraland platform is as a whole. So Decentraland is a decentralized virtual reality platform. Now, within the Decentraland platform, users can create, experience, and monetize their content and applications. So in short, it's a blockchain-based metaverse. Decentraland is powered by the Ethereum blockchain. So while it does have its own utility coin, Mana, which we will discuss a little bit later on, transactions themselves are settled on the Ethereum network. Okay, so we know that Decentraland is basically a decentralized or blockchain-based virtual land platform that allows people to both experience and create content within the platform itself. But there's obviously a lot more to the platform, otherwise there wouldn't be the level of allure and conversation that's currently going on surrounding it. So let's dig a little bit deeper. So on the surface, everything within Decentraland revolves around land. Now, this is a concept that's probably similar to those that have ventured into the virtual land space before, whether that be through very basic applications, gaming platforms, etc. Virtual land's starting to make its way into mainstream, so more and more people are becoming familiar with the term, but basically it's a virtual game world or a virtual land itself that's split up into plots that can be owned by individual users. And Decentraland is no different. Their land is specifically called parcels, and parcels are how users own pieces of the Decentraland metaverse. But where other platforms revolve solely around virtual land that might not even have any other additional utility, Decentraland is so much more than that. The first way Decentraland separates itself from competitors is creation tools. There are a ton of platforms out there right now claiming to be metaverses, but only a select few that actually have the creation tools to back up that claim. The Sandbox, Decentraland, Somnium Space, CryptoVoxels, and only a few others. It's a very short list of platforms that qualify as being a metaverse in the true sense, are blockchain-based, which I think many of us think is very important at this stage, and actually have build tools to back their claims. So Decentraland falls into a very small category of metaverses or platforms that provide that. And Decentraland's tools are extremely robust. So let's take a look at what Decentraland offers. So when it comes to scene creation, Decentraland provides two different options depending on the ability of the creator. So the builder, as it's simply called, is a simple drag and drop editor. No coding knowledge is needed. Everything is designed to be visual, and they provide a large selection of default assets to help aspiring creators get started right from the get-go. Now, the Decentraland SDK is the secondary option, and this is a much more complex but versatile tool. So it allows creators to write code to create their scenes. Rather than just drag and drop editor, now we're going on to actual code writing. Now, obviously, this provides a lot more flexibility for elaborate creations, and as you can imagine, it's a lot more powerful than the standard builder. In terms of asset creation, rather than going the route of creating their own asset creation tool, the Decentraland team did something that I think is a really wise move, and they designed their builders to be compatible with 3D assets that are created in third-party rendering programs. So you could create something in, say, Unity or possibly Unreal as well, export it, and then import it into the builder or the Decentraland SDK for powerful scene creation flexibility. Again, this is providing a lot more versatility and flexibility, and quite frankly, a lot more possibility to creators and artists. So we've seen how the platform's broken up when it comes to land parcels. We've seen some of the build tools that they provide in terms of the builder, the Decentraland SDK, and how they integrate with third-party 3D rendering applications. So now let's take a look at some of the inner workings of the economy and commerce within the Decentraland metaverse. So every transaction that occurs within the Decentraland platform itself revolves around Mana. Mana is essentially Decentraland's in-game currency, which, as you guessed, is also a cryptocurrency. Mana is an ERC20 cryptocurrency token and is either burned or spent when land parcels are exchanged. I imagine that depends on where the land parcel is exchanged, whether that be within the platform itself or on OpenSea. I imagine the burning occurs if it's done on OpenSea, and the spending occurs if it's done within the platform itself. That's my guess. I don't know that specifically, though. But nevertheless, because the token is burned in certain instances, it sounds like it does have some deflationary properties to it, which is always a plus with a coin like this. However, again, I'm not familiar with the tokenomics itself, so I don't plan to elaborate on them, and don't quote me on this in terms of being a deflationary coin or having any additional benefit compared to any other altcoin out there right now or any other coin being used as the currency for a metaverse platform. Nevertheless, I do know that Mana is very popular on its own as a crypto, as well as within the Decentraland metaverse itself. And I know that there are Mana owners and Mana holders that don't actively utilize Decentraland at all and probably have no intention of doing so in the near future. While it appears that Decentraland assets can be exchanged for ETH on third-party sites like OpenSea, Mana is required to make exchanges on the marketplace within Decentraland. So let's take a look at the marketplace and get a better understanding of how the marketplace functions. A metaverse, creation tools, and even a proprietary cryptocurrency are really only as beneficial as how they all function as one. And that's really where the marketplace comes into play. So the marketplace on Decentraland not only allows users to buy, sell, and search land parcels and items, but it also allows additional features such as naming your parcels and estates or granting permissions to other users to edit the parcels you own. The marketplace is also a robust area for users to buy and sell not only their lands, but their items, all in a way that preserves value and is trackable on the blockchain. Now, this probably sounds very familiar to the Sandbox, which is a platform that I covered and am a huge fan of and still very much a supporter of. And they have a very similar concept and underlying architecture. They have the creation tools, they have the metaverse itself, they have the items, and they have the lands that can be exchanged both third-party and within the Sandbox marketplace itself for their proprietary cryptocurrency, Sand. So obviously Decentraland has a very similar path they're taking here when it comes to Mana, the function of Mana, and how it can be owned independently of utilizing the Decentraland platform itself. So a lot of similarities here. Now, I do think that these similarities are there for a reason, and I think it's because this model seems to be the most beneficial, or seems to have proven to have the most success. So I don't think that there's any coincidence that Decentraland and the Sandbox share such a similar business model, metaverse concept model, and underlying game economy, and that's because it works. Now, we could get into a lot of the finer details of Decentraland, the user experiences, the competitions, the creators, all of the famous companies that have partnered with Decentraland to bring their experiences into the metaverse. We can talk about the virtual concerts and all of the other things that are going on within Decentraland, but I really do think that those are probably best held for my weekly update videos as those events occur. But just know that those things are occurring, and while I don't always talk about Decentraland, it probably is one of the biggest, oldest, and most established metaverse platforms that are currently out there, especially that fall into the realm of the modern blockchain-based metaverse that a lot of these companies are chasing right now. Decentraland was one of the first to do it. In fact, I think Decentraland and the Sandbox were probably the first two to finalize everything and iron things out in a way that really works extremely well. It can not only be beneficial to the company, but used as a model for future companies to come. And I think that that's a very important aspect of Decentraland. Now, me personally, I don't own any land in Decentraland. I don't own Mana. I don't have any investment within the platform itself. I may look into doing that in the near future, but the main purpose of this video was to bring you guys some clarity on what Decentraland is, how it functions, how it's similar to some of the other platforms I cover on this channel, and how it differentiates itself as well. As you can see, it has some similarities to some of the applications that I cover that don't even have build tools, such as Earth-2, for example, with very limited creation tools right now. But at the same time, it has a lot of similarities to some of the much more established platforms I cover, like the Sandbox I previously mentioned. In many ways, I do think that Decentraland and the Sandbox are almost identical in their business model. I think they're just going for two different style experiences, two different art styles, and two overall different game styles. In short, guys, I do really think that Decentraland is a platform I would recommend you look into. Right now, the investment level to enter into the space is a little bit more than I'm willing to put into a platform right now. I've got my investments kind of everywhere right now. I've been really heavy into NFTs lately, Rumble Kongs, things like that. Shout out to Walker Odyssey on YouTube for bringing me into the Rumble Kong community. I've been really having a good time there. But overall, I think there's just a ton of things out there for you guys to check out. And this video was just to bring you guys information on one of those platforms, specifically one that I am covering quite a bit on these weekly updates. And I hope you guys find this beneficial. So let me know down below if you found this video useful, if it helps you kind of understand the concept of Decentraland, how Decentraland functions, and how it separates itself. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below and let me know with those as well. I'll do my best to answer them. I'm not super familiar with the Decentraland platform, but I'll do my best to answer the questions for you. So if you guys like this, again, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. Other than that, guys, I want to thank you for checking out this video. I want to thank you guys for the support. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you all tomorrow for the weekly Metaverse update.